Hey there, guys. So, basically, a video on nutrition and so-called nutrition hacks, and are there any? At the end of the day, what you put into your body will make a massive difference. If you're eating a lot of processed food, eating a lot of sugar, it's all going to have, a negative effect on your body. Some people might ask, how so, in terms of calories. Look, not every carb is created equal compared to, different sources. And the more, refined, the higher the GI, the carb that you're having, the more of an impact it's going to have on your blood sugar levels. And then your blood sugar levels are also going to have an impact on your hormone levels. So that's sort of why, cutting out sugar, cutting out of a lot of your processed food makes a very, very big difference, not just to the total calories you're consuming, but more the hormonal impact, which then, dictates how your body is going to recomp or bulk up, or if you're going to gain a whole lot of body fat. And speaking of like body fat as well, the more body fat you have, the more estrogen you're going to produce. The more estrogen you produce, the lower your testosterone levels are going to be in turn. So, if you're looking at nutrition and looking to get healthier as well, a good starting point is just slowly, losing weight, because the more body fat you're going to drop, the more estrogen you're going to remove out of your system in a roundabout way. And that's going to make a very big difference in terms of muscle mass, strength, energy, you name it, the list goes on. Now, when it comes to nutrition hacks, the only real main ones that I have is more my evening meal. I'm just eating the half-kilo bag of the mixed veggies. I throw them in the steamer, have, 3 or 4 teaspoons of the light sour cream, and then I'll have some meat to go along with it. So last night I had the 2 lamb chops, and then I also had, the veggies as I spoke about. Now, eating half a kilo of veggies, most people struggle to do that in a week, if you think about it, especially in today's day and age. Nutrition for a lot of people has completely gone out the window. I know some people that don't even really eat vegetables, and it's sort of, look, I don't love vegetables, but having them with sour cream makes a very big difference. And then if I have, spare calories, if I throw in 1 or 2 of the small potatoes in with the veggies, again, tastes better again. And if you want, you can take it a step further, go to the deli, buy some of the thinly, sliced up bacon, the little cubes, chuck that in the fry pan, then mix it in with your veggies and sour cream. You're still getting your nutrition in. Yeah, you've added a bit of fat, but compare that to a fast food meal. There's going to be far more fat in the fast food meal. There's not going to be anywhere near the amount of nutrition you've just consumed having that half kilo of veggies. And that's the other one with I just get the frozen ones because, look, you don't know how long your so-called fresh vegetables really are. Like, you don't know if they're really fresh or if they've been sitting in a cool room for 6, 7 months, and that does make a big difference. If you're buying fresh from a farmer's market, completely different, again, that really is quality nutrition. But for me, I just get the half-kilo bags and, I mix them around. You can get the different variations of it, so you're not eating the exact same one, each day. And in a way, cycling through all the different vegetables, you're going to gain things that your body needs, as opposed to just eating, 3 vegetables in a half-kilo bag day in, day out. I typically go with a blend that has, 5 or 6 different veggies in it. And it just works well for me, and it's very, very cost effective, and it's already portioned. I think when I looked on the back of the pack as well, it says serving size, serves 4, and you look at the daily recommended intake, it's up around 80-90%. So, I smash a half-kilo bag, I've well and truly covered it. The other one that I do is the liter of the high protein milk. So I'm getting all my calcium that way. I also get 60 grams of quality protein as well. For some people, especially if they're sedentary, 60 grams is far more than what they need. But, protein at least keeps them full. So for me, I just have the liter of the high protein milk, the 3 bananas, again, getting your potassium and other bits and pieces into your body that, people just aren't getting these days. And then I normally have my 4 muesli bars. I just get the home brand ones. I get 8 in a box. It cost me like $1.09 or $1.07, something like that. And they're literally just oats and a few choc chips in them. They are my so-called nutrition hacks. And when you look at it, the food is very, very easy to eat, takes very, very little prep time, but the quality of your nutrition is going to be far, far better than, the average person. Again, technically that there's a few faults with it as well, like having a half kilo in the evening. A lot of the vitamins that you're getting out of your vegetables and things, they're water soluble as well. So, next time you go to the toilet, you're going to piss a lot of the stuff out that your body hasn't used. Yes, I would be better if I spread it out over the day, but I don't really want to because I'm not a really big fan of them. So I just rather have them all in the evening with a sour cream and, my 2 or 3 lamb chops, and that tastes really nice, and I can do that comfortably. And that's something that I can stick to, and that's going to be a successful approach for me. Other people, they try and make their diet plans hugely, they put it everywhere. They make it so complicated that it's no wonder, most people fail. I don't eat breakfast, so I've had, a cup of coffee and a cup of Milo. I'm soon going to have my second cup of coffee as well. I just don't eat breakfast. Typically for me, first meal is 1 o'clock. Sometimes it's 12 if I've been working a lot. Otherwise, it can be 2 p.m. And again, it's that liter of high protein milk, the 3 bananas, and my 4 muesli bars, 1,500 calories. And it's still far better than most people eat anyway. Bread, I try and avoid. I don't see any nutrition value in bread. Some people like to go with the rye bread or the sourdoughs or this, that, and the other. At the end of the day, like, the vast majority of them still use 70% white flour. So, I mean, look, bread, I just don't rate it as nutritious at all. It's great if you want to use it as a sandwich to help, occasionally bulk up. And sometimes, I'm forced to do that, put it in the toasted cheese sandwich maker, put some, 2 slices of cheese and a tin of tuna in it. Tastes really quite nice, but, the quality of carb is pretty much useless. It's just there to be used as quick fuel versus you look at bananas or apples, the quality of the carb is so much better, and you've at least got nutrition with it as well. That's probably, my main take on nutrition and hacks. If you want to optimize it further, again, have a look into intermittent fasting. For me, that's very similar to how I eat already. First meal being 1 o'clock, and then I'll have dinner at 8 or 9. I'm sort of staying in that 8-hour eating window. I break it because in the morning I have my cups of coffee. If I remove the coffee, then I'd remove the insulin spike, and I'd be pretty much intermittent fasting every day. And that just works really well. And the more you get used to having your meals at a set time, the more your body learns to produce, I'm pretty sure it's called ghrelin, which is a hormone that makes you hungry. So you end up with, a ghrelin spike when you typically sit down and eat at that same time every day. So for me, mine's typically that 1 o'clock mark. If I've gotten up earlier in the day, therefore it will shift forward to about 12. If I've slept in, same deal, it will be pushed out to about 2 p.m. But my body's pretty spot on at producing, that hormone at that time. And that's why eating 1,500 calories in one sitting then and there is very easy. So having some structure, with your meals and being consistent will also help if you struggle to get a lot of food in, because your body will learn when to be hungry. Some people like to eat the 6 small meals. I don't really like it from a hormonal standpoint. I don't want to be spiking my insulin, 6 times. Rather spike it twice and have 2 significant spikes. One before training to shuttle everything into, the muscle tissue and the cells, and then one post-training again to shuttle everything into the cells to help with recovery. That's pretty much it. And, my video on so-called nutrition hacks. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. Otherwise, hit like and subscribe, and have a great day wherever you are.